Okay, before we talk about specifically how the body is going to fight off specific disturbances and infections, our immune system, we are going to look at disturbances to biological systems that are affecting homeostasis. So disruptions to dynamic homeostasis are factors that move the system away from homeostasis conditions. This affects biological processes on the cellular level as well as the ecosystem balance. Disruptions at the molecular and cellular levels can affect the overall health of an organism. This can be physiological responses to toxic substances and dehydration. So toxins are poisonous substances that interfere with metabolic processes or that destroy cells. They vary greatly in their toxicity, ranging from minor to almost immediately deadly. For example, dendrotoxins are snake venom toxins that prevent neurotransmission, so the result is nerve paralysis. Cyanide anion inhibits an enzyme in the fourth complex of the respiration electron transport chain. This prevents the passing of electrons to oxygen, which prevents production of ATP. As a result, tissues that depend on aerobic respiration, like the central nervous system and heart, are significantly affected. Dioxins are a type of persistent environmental pollutant, and 90% of human exposure is through meat, dairy products, and fish. They remain in the body for a long time as a result of their stability and absorption by fat tissue, and they can cause reproductive and developmental problems as well as damage to the immune system. Many toxins in the environment are the result of human activities and negatively affect organisms in the ecosystem. Industrial processes release 310 kilograms of toxin per second into the land, air, and water. Dehydration is obviously the reduction of water levels within the organism, and the loss of water affects molecular concentrations, making it difficult for cellular processes to occur. We looked at this earlier, but isotonic is where the water levels on the inside and outside of the cell are even, so you're going to get equal movement in and out of the cell. Hypotonic is where you are going to have net movement into the cell, because the cell is the ratio of water to solute is much lower here, so we would have water moving into the cell. Whereas in a hypertonic solution, or in a hypertonic cell, the water would be moving out of the cell and into the outside environment. In humans, dehydration can be caused by a lot of different things: diarrhea and vomiting, sweating, increased urination, lack of water, and symptoms of this would be fatigue, dark urine, and dizziness and confusion. Disruptions to ecosystems can impact the balance of abiotic and biotic factors in the ecosystem as a whole. Examples of these disruptions can be invasive species, human impact, natural events, and salinization. So the introduction of a new species sometimes affects the stability of an ecosystem as a whole. Invasive species are not native to an area and are able to spread to the degree that the environment is harmed. An example of this is the black rat that originated in Asia, but was brought to Europe on ships in the 1st century. Since then, it's thrived in almost every region of the world. Its exceptional ability to adapt allowed it to thrive, decreasing the population of countless bird, reptile, and small vertebrate species. Snakehead fish are native to East Asia. They have sharp teeth and a voracious appetite, and can even breathe on land in search for new bodies of water. When introduced to the U.S., they decimated food chains ranging from the east to west coasts. The Burmese python is native to tropical areas of southern Asia, and they were actually accidentally introduced to the wild in Florida in the semi-aquatic Everglades National Park. and the lack of competition has resulted in this population to grow tremendously quickly. They also feed on a variety of endangered birds and alligators. Human impacts can also be disruptive to the homeostasis of ecosystems. As populations grow and urbanization increases, environmental impacts are becoming more pronounced. One of those is global warming, which is a result of fossil fuel combustion, which increases carbon dioxide concentrations in the atmosphere. This has caused glaciers and Arctic ice to melt, increased ocean levels, coral bleaching, ecosystem to shift geographically, and decreased habitat and species diversity. Increased output of waste results in higher pollution levels in the environment. Air pollution has increased acid rain, which can cause harm to trees and acidify soil and water. Heavy metals from industrial processes can accumulate in bodies of water. These are toxic to marine life and affect food chains. And marine animals can become entangled in the plastic waste. Deforestation increases along with human population's need for living space and agriculture. Approximately 18 million acres of trees are cleared for wood each year, which devastates forest wildlife. Salinization occurs in an ecosystem when salt concentrations in the soil increase. This can result from natural processes like receding ocean levels or the weathering of minerals. Salinization can reduce plant growth, damage plants through osmotic effects, and cause an imbalance of essential nutrients. So looking at that osmotic effect, obviously if it's really, really salty on the outside environment, water will exit the cell into the outside environment, causing the plant cells to shrivel up. As plants are the base of food webs, it affects the ecosystems as a whole. Natural events like volcanoes can affect the balance of ecosystems. During and after eruptions, plants and animals over a wide area are killed. However, nutrient-rich soil allows plants to grow back quickly. Hurricanes can affect ecosystems. Strong winds can ruin canopies and cause structure damage. Waves can move sand and can reshape coastal landscapes. Intrusion of saltwater into bodies of fresh water can kill fish, and this can cause the death of many animals as it's going to greatly disrupt the food chain. Here are some more links for you, and there will be one more video coming soon.